Perspective of sociology. It's all about studying society and how people behave in social settings. It's like getting a deeper understanding of how we interact with each other and the larger social structures that shape our lives. Sociologists look at various aspects of society, like social institutions, culture, social norms, and social inequalities. They try to uncover patterns, trends, and dynamics that influence our behavior and shape our identities. By studying sociology, we can gain insights into how society functions, how social groups form, and how social change happens over time. It helps us understand things like social stratification, power dynamics, and the impact of social forces on individuals and communities. There are some perspectives of the sociology which helps us understand society in a perfect manner. Sociology as science employs perspectives or theories to understand, explain, analyze, and interpret social phenomena. To interpret social facts, they must be subjected to a theoretical framework. A theory may be defined as a general statement about how some parts of the world fit together and how they work. There are three major theoretical perspectives in sociology that have provided an overall framework for sociological studies. These are structural functionalism, social conflict theory, and symbolic interactionism. There are also theories that have emerged challenging these major ones. See below. Concept of perspectives in sociology. In sociology, the concept of perspectives refers to different ways of looking at and understanding society. There are several major perspectives in sociology that provide different lenses through which sociologists analyze and interpret social phenomena. One of the most well-known perspectives is functionalism. Functionalists view society as a complex system made up of different parts that work together to maintain social order and stability. Another perspective is conflict theory. Conflict theorists emphasize the role of power, inequality, and social conflict in shaping society. Symbolic interactionism is another important perspective. Symbolic interactionists focus on how individuals interact and communicate with each other, and how they create and interpret symbols and meanings in their social interactions. There are other perspectives as well, such as feminist theory, which examines gender inequalities, and postmodernism, which challenges traditional sociological theories and emphasizes the diversity and complexity of society. Major theoretical perspective in sociology, the structural functionalist theory. This is one of the dominant theories both in anthropology and sociology. It is sometimes called functionalism. The theory tries to explain how the relationships among the parts of society are created and how these parts are functional, meaning having beneficial consequences to the individual, and the society, and dysfunctional, meaning having negative consequences. It focuses on consensus, social order, structure, and function in society. The structural functionalist theory sees society as a complex system whose parts work together to promote solidarity and stability. It states that our social lives are guided by social structure, which are relatively stable patterns of social behavior. Massionis, 1997. All social structure contributes to the operation of society. The major terms and concepts developed by anthropologists and sociologists in this theory include, or the theory focuses on, order, structure, function manifest or direct functions, and latent or hidden, indirect functions, and equilibrium. Functionalism is a sociological perspective that focuses on how different parts of society work together to maintain social order and stability. It views society as a system of interconnected parts, where each part has its own function and contributes to the overall functioning of society. Functionalists believe that social institutions, such as family, education, and religion, play important roles in maintaining social harmony. They also examine the functions and dysfunctions of these institutions to understand how they contribute to or disrupt social equilibrium. Sure thing! Functionalism is a sociological perspective that looks at society as a system made up of interconnected parts. It emphasizes the idea that each part of society has a specific function or purpose, and that these functions work together to maintain social order and stability. Functionalists believe that social institutions, such as family, education, government, and religion, serve important functions in society. These institutions help meet the needs of individuals and contribute to the overall functioning of society. For example, the family institution provides socialization, emotional support, and the reproduction of the next generation. Structural functionalist theorists in modern sociology are more likely to follow in the tradition of the writings of particularly Emil Durkheim, who is regarded as the pioneering proponent of this perspective, Henseln and Nelson, 1995. After dominating sociology and anthropology for a long time, this theory was challenged by its main critics, notably those who proposed the social conflict theory, see below. The theory was attacked for its emphasis on stability and order while neglecting conflict and changes which so vital in any society. The social conflict theory. This theory is also called Marxism, to indicate that the main impetus to the theory derives from the writings of Karl Marx. This theory sees society in a framework of class conflicts and focuses on the struggle for scarce resources by different groups in a given society. It asks such questions as what pulls society apart? How does society change? The theory holds that the most important aspect of social order is the domination of some group by others, that actual or potential conflicts are always present in society. The writings of Karl Marx are generally in the spirit of conflict theory, and Marxism influences most of conflict theorists in modern sociology. The theory is useful in explaining how the dominant groups use their power to exploit the less powerful groups in society. Key concepts developed in this perspective include conflict, complementation, struggle, power, inequality, and exploitation. It sees society in very broad terms, neglecting micro-level social realities. Massionis, 1997. Or conflict refers to a state of disagreement or opposition between individuals or groups. It can arise from various sources, such as differences in interests, values, or goals. Conflict can occur in personal relationships, workplaces, or even on a larger societal scale. In sociology, conflict theory is a perspective that focuses on the role of conflict in shaping social structures and relationships. It suggests that society is characterized by inequality and power struggles. Conflict theorists argue that social change often occurs through conflict and the challenging of existing power structures. Conflict can have both positive and negative outcomes. It can lead to the resolution of issues, the growth of individuals and relationships, and the creation of new ideas. However, if not managed properly, conflict can also result in hostility, division, and harm. Symbolic interactionism. This theory was advanced by such American sociologists as Charles Horton Cooley 1864192, William I. Thomas 1863, 1947, and George Herbert Mead 1863191 in early 20th century. This perspective views symbols as the basis of social life. Symbols are things to which we attach meanings. The theory stresses the analysis of how our behaviors depend on how we define others and ourselves. It concentrates on process rather than structure and keeps the individual actor at the center. According to symbolic interactionism, the essence of social life and social reality is the active human being trying to make sense of social situations. In short, this theory calls attention to the detailed, person-oriented processes that take place within the larger units of social life. Calhoun et al., 1994. Henseln and Nelson, 1996. Soroka, 1995. Symbolic interactionism is a sociological perspective that focuses on how individuals interpret and give meaning to symbols in their interactions with others. It emphasizes the role of symbols, language, and social interactions in shaping our understanding of the world and constructing our identities. Key concepts in symbolic interactionism include symbols, meanings, interaction, self, and identity. Symbolic interactionism provides insights into how individuals create and interpret meaning in their everyday interactions. As indicated above, there are contemporary sociological theories that have emerged in recent decades that have heavily influenced sociological and anthropological thinking. These include the following: feminism, social exchange theory, public choice theory, rational choice theory, structuralism, post-structuralism, and postmodernism. Postmodernism, each of the above sociological theories may have its own views on medicine and society, but for the sake of brevity, I would just focus on the three major theories.